Good afternoon, teacher and classmates. Today we're going to choose the best movie of the decade. I am Reset and I'm going to talk about The Lord of the Rings.
Yes, my name is Jose. For me, the best movie of the decade is Batman: The Dark Knight Rises.
And my name is Ivan. I am talking about Pirates of the Caribean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. In my case, it's the best action movie.
Hi teacher, hi classmate. I am Harold. I talk about so obviously the best movie 300.
Let's begin with the presentation. So, Harold, could you please start with your explanation?
In my opinion, the 300 movie is such as a good movie. The 300 movie is the best movie of the recent time for so many reasons. First of all, the 300 movie is based in the real life. This movie recreates the war between Griegos and Persians before of Jesus. It's so interesting and so important. This movie couldn't have become blockbuster without big budget. The cost of the movie was $18 million. That was so expensive. For another reason, the film has such as a famous actor, for example Gerard Butler, who is so talented, and Lyanna Headey, who is so beautiful. Also, in the movie there are so many special effects. And finally, the movie leaves reflection and teaching about the history of the humanity. For this reason, you should have seen the 300 movie.
Okay, thank you, Harold. That was a good explanation of 300. Personally, I like this movie. I have seen this 2 years ago, and it was so exciting, so amazing. Such as a strong movie with a war about two cultures. For me, that was very exciting.
Of course, I agree with your idea.
Why do you say that? Well, I think 300 was really boring. I doesn't have a lot of expectations about this movie when it appeared. I think the work of the director was too distracting, and the effects were really distracting and doesn't allow me to watch the story.
Good explanation for me. But we only have 5 minutes left. Now it's time to pass on the next movie. Now, Ivan, could you explain the movie?
Okay, there was so much hype around this movie before it opened. I finally meet all expectations. This movie is the beer one, when Elizabeth Swann, the daughter of Governor Swann, is kidnapped by a group of pirates led by Captain Barbossa and taken aboard their ship. The Black Pearl will Turner, the young man who loves Elizabeth, despite the fact that she is promised to another, sets out to rescue her, but he can't do it alone, so he enlists cover to the captain and crew arrange your average pirate course to remain between the living and dead. Barbossa and his men look like skeleton passed in the mud night. Johnny Depp could have won an Oscar but didn't know. This movie is addictive. I saw this movie each time I found more fun. I would have been easier time the movie over 3 hours. This movie was a blockbuster and Johnny Depp won 3 awards for this movie: 10 Choice Award, MTV Movie, and IFTA Award in USA.
Thank you, Ivan, for the nomination for the Caribean. Personally, I didn't like this movie because I think that the end of Caribean was very boring. I mean, it's not that real. I love the work of John Depp, but the history is so predictable.
Sorry for you, but it was a blockbuster.
Yeah, I know some kind of person like this movie. Personally, I like the first one, but then the second and the third movie, I believe it was the same history, the same time.
I choose an addictive blockbuster called The Lord of the Rings. I must nominate this movie because I think it is such a great movie based on the fantastic books of Tolkien. Also, it has hypnotic locations and a great story. It is about the adventures of the hobbit, Frodo Bolsón, and his friends in their mission to destroy the ring, and so that destroy the Dark Lord Sauron. It was filmed in the relatively well-known landscape of New Zealand, and the director made such a good job that captures the atmosphere of the mountains. Also, it has good actors, such as Orlando Bloom. You must remember that this movie had made more than $2,900 and it won 17 Academy Awards, tying it with Ben-Hur and Titanic. I love the end because it's a happy one. My favorite part is when Frodo destroys the ring and his friend Sam lives happily ever after with his family. I think this movie should win because it has everything: good actors, a lovely story, and a great scenery. Also, there are some shocking moments in the movie that guaranteed to grab your attention.
Thank you, Mr. That was a good explanation too. I saw the first movie actually, the first movie of Lord of the Rings, but the last one I didn't saw. I think it was good too. And now when you explain your movie, I want to see it because I only saw some trailers, but now I understand more and I could read at least maybe that books.
I think The Lord of the Rings must win because it has won 17 Academy Awards and it has fans all around the world. So I think this movie was amazing. It has everything.
Sorry to interrupt, lady, but The Lord of the Rings is more science fiction. It's not real life. It's boring.
Yeah,
I had a point. I like to make a new movie, for example, The Hobbit. In this case, it's a remake or for the Red Seller. I like The Lord of the Rings because there are a lot of good scenes. There are 3 movies.
Yeah,
really?
3 movies.
Yeah. And also Elijah Wood is a good actor and creates a good person that explains a lot of the movie.
Yep. I would like to say also that the scenario was amazing and the director captured the atmosphere of the earth of New Zealand.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the costumes and the scenario was a good job. And the history is something new. I never hear about this kind of history, but I think it's a new kind of entertainment. And the Lord of the Rings has many fans. I think for that reason they filmed the next Hobbit. It was a blockbuster too. From my movie, it is Batman: The Dark Knight Rises.
The Dark Knight Rises has an absolutely fascinating story. It's a visual fest that only seen a few blockbusters. Everything feels epic about the film, the characters, the effect, the emotional stakes. With this movie, Christopher Nolan brings his Batman trilogy to a close with a majestic, almost completely satisfying crash. Not being a huge fan of superhero movies because they are very surreal for me, this film shows a human hero, weak and stronger at the same time, with his own demons that is very close to real life. The movie contains fine cast of talented actors. Christian Bale, of course, still makes a great Batman. Tom Hardy plays Bane. He's cool, calculating. He shows the physical vulnerability of a hero who sometimes forgets, not more than human. For the first time, Batman was in the strangers. Sincerely, it was one of the greatest pieces of cinema I have ever seen. The dynamic scene between the actors are so well done, so well written, and so well directed. The dialogue between the characters are intelligent and highly believable. In conclusion, this film is a gorgeous reminder that a great writing and direction can enhance any movie-going experience, even superhero movies, which are usually truth of the mindless entertainment. Finally, I have to say, everyone and anyone should see it.
The point I would like to make, I think the movie, The Dark Knight, was amazing. It has also a lot of fans, and I think the critic was amazing also. Yeah, a lot of people like these movies because there's a lot of action. The special effects are really good, and you can see the Gothic city in the history. The history is really good.
Yeah,
so
it's
I
like
think this movie.
Gothic is like the New York. It's like the same city, and Christopher Nolan, the director of Batman, make a good job.
It's so serious.
Yeah, he
like
transforms the hero as a human hero. It's not like a Superman or Iron Man because he has powers, but Batman is not. He doesn't have powers. He's only with his hands, with your mind.
But it's also real.
I think it's the most real hero of the comics, Batman, because he fight with the technology, with the idea, and the dialogues of the movie is very clever, I think. And the work of Catwoman, Anne Hathaway, was very good, and the technology and soundtracks was excellent for me.
Now we choose the best action movie. Okay? The win is for Lord of the Rings. The best action movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Can you say some words for it?
It's all for today. Thank you.
Let's see you the next
Thank you.
intermediate.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
The next one.